How many people have heard of the law of diminishing returns? Anybody brave enough to explain what it means? Oh, so we got somebody here. All right, thank you.
I'll use an explanation that I give my 9-year-old daughter.
Sure.
That when she gets to a certain point in the evening, when she's trying to study for a test and she's too tired and she's crying because she can't figure it out, that the law of diminishing returns has kicked in, that now everything you're inputting is actually costing you more than the effort that you're putting in.
That's right. Costing you more to put in than the payback you're getting, the return you're getting, right? Okay, so perfect, thank you. So yeah, this is what it looks like graphically, okay? So if you look at the first unit of time, you've got, a pretty good payback for the first unit of time, but if you keep going, the curve flattens out and you get less for every moment of time, every unit of time you keep putting back in. So when you actually are doing a job, it makes sense to take breaks. If you do things for about an hour or two and then take a break, go for a walk, get a bite to eat and then go back to it, that's going to help you to have the energy you need to continue to be effective in your job. But it also gives you the energy you need to be able to maintain the boundaries. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so now we're going to practice actually practicing having the boundaries, all right? So Kimberly was saying that you guys are going to be possibly thinking about changing your billing practices, is that right? Yeah. How many people are feeling a little apprehension about that? Okay, thank you. How many people are totally confident with that? Oh, good, good. Okay, you guys are helping the other people, okay? So what we're going to do is I need you guys to get into groups of 2, couples, okay? So an A and a B, so if just get into groups of 2, please, really quickly. Good. So the person with the shortest hair is person A. Person with the shortest hair is person A. I win every time. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to practice saying no. Okay? So person A, you need to think of something you're going to ask person B. Something simple. Can I borrow $10? Can I get a ride to the airport? Can you help me move? Can you give me blood? No. Something simple. Can I borrow a quarter? Can I use your phone, right? And person B is going to look them in the eye and say no. Okay? Now, I don't mean, well, I'd like to, but I can't because, no, I mean just no. Okay? No giggle. I mean, you're probably going to giggle and laugh and that sort of thing, but the idea is not to giggle and laugh, is to look them in the eye and say no. And you can be as mean as you want because it's just an exercise and we're just playing. Okay? But it's important that you practice. And we're going to do this for a minute, and then we're going to switch. So person A, you keep hammering person B. Please, because my daughter's at the airport, I need to go get her. I forgot my phone at home or whatever it is. Just keep pushing them. And person B has to continue to look the person in the eye and say no. No excuses, no reasons, just no. Does everyone understand the exercise? Thank you. Okay. All right. No. Are you ready? I'm going to time you. So person A, you got a couple seconds to figure out what your question is. Okay, we're ready? And go, please. And stop, please. And stop. Okay, switch. Person A, your chance to get back at person B. Take a few seconds, get your question ready. Ready? Here we go. Person A asks person B. Here we go. Go. And stop, please. Stop. All right. Thank your partners. Thank your partners, please. Excellent. Okay. What did you learn? What was your experience? Who wants to talk? Who wants to share? Okay, I got somebody up front here.
I'm coming. Sorry. It was so hard to say no, and there was a point when I really paused and was about to give in, and then I knew you'd get really mad at me. But it was really hard. It was hard because she gave such good reasons, and it was hard.
Way to go. So it was hard, it was difficult, and you felt like you wanted to cave.
Yes.
Right, okay, all right, thank you. Anyone else?
We're friends and we work together all the time, but we had to feed each other the scenario that's difficult for ourselves to say no to, because for the most part, like, we've both taken business of design, and for the most part, we're pretty good at setting boundaries, but there's really specific issues that each of us has been struggling with saying no with, so.
So it's tough?
Yeah, like, even for the most part, like, when I gave her my scenario, I was like, you should probably do this for me. She's like, really? I didn't think that you had a problem with that. And I was like, lately I do. So we had to, like, run through, because just saying no, not a problem, but there's specific weaknesses of needing to say no. That's what these bracelets are for, though.
Ah, okay, remind you, right on, thank you. Another one right here. Purple, yeah.
Hi, I loved it because I have a really hard time saying no. I miss nice. And so this was a great exercise for me. I got really into it and even yelled no.
Okay, good. So let me ask you this. Did you or anyone else, the same question for everybody, did you feel powerful at some point saying no?
Loved it.
Yes. Who else felt powerful eventually saying no? Excellent, thank you. How many people had a really hard time? Like, I heard a lot of laughing. I'm pretty sure I said no laughing, but it's okay. How many people had a hard time sort of getting rid of that bubbly feeling and it's like, you want to say something? Okay, just a second.
No, I felt really upset, especially when first of all, I felt really bad to say no, but I felt really angry at my partner for when she said no to me. Like, I really felt angry, like I was trying so hard to get her to say yes because it was, to me, an important issue. And she said no, and I was really angry. I was really mad.
Good. Thank you. So let me. Okay, question, comment right here.
I felt a little crazy just saying no without a reason for no. Like, no, but can I help you? Somebody else might have, key or money or whatever it is. Like, no, but, like, it just,
Right.
she had a fantastic reason for wanting me to help her. And it didn't, I guess, feel real just to say no without offering an alternative or a reason or something.
Okay, so anyone else have experience that as well? Anybody else feel that as well? Yeah. So is it your right to say no as a person? Do you have autonomy and rights to your resources, like your money, your time, your energy? Are those yours, or are you supposed to share them? Okay, they're yours, right? You don't have to give a reason why you're saying no. There's no law that says you have to give a reason for no. There really isn't, okay? You can, if you choose to, share a reason or help somebody, point somebody in the right direction. But I think the important thing here is not whether you share a reason or you point them in the other direction or find somebody to help. The issue is, do you feel you have to? Okay? The issue is not understanding that you own your stuff. You have the right to say no. You have you're the autonomy. You're the king or queen of your area, of your stuff, and you don't owe anybody anything. So if somebody says, something simple, like do you mind if I step in the elevator before you? You can let them in, but you have to let them in from a place of power, as opposed from a place of, I have to do this. And unfortunately, I know there's mostly women in the room. Unfortunately, our culture really, really educates women in this way, okay? That you have to look after everybody. Look after the kids, look after the husband, look after everybody, okay? So it's extremely important that you get that knowledge and feel strong in that your autonomy to be able to say, you know what, no. And then if you choose to, then if you can say yes, that's fine. But you can say yes from a place of power as well. Does that make sense? Okay, thank you. Okay. How many people, what was harder? Was it harder to ask or was it harder to say no? Who says it was harder to ask the questions? Okay, excellent, thank you. How many people thought it was hard to say no? Okay, how many people thought it was hard both ways? Just doing anything. Okay, good, thank you. Because this is part of assertiveness, all part of assertiveness, all part of boundaries. So boundaries is not just saying no. Boundaries is also asking for what you want. Boundaries and assertiveness is also being able to give a compliment. Boundaries and assertiveness is also being able to accept a compliment. Okay? Can you think of some applications where this might show up in your business? Where this skill might be good in your business? Where would this show up? Anybody want to share? Sorry, okay, so I heard accounts receivable. So asking for money. Okay, asking for money is a big one, okay. Right here.
When you're just so busy with work and you've got a neighbor that really wants you, oh, just a little bit, could you just help me with my living room? And, just give me a few tips. I have a really hard time saying no to my neighbors and friends,
Right.
even when I'm too busy to help them.
Yeah, I got you. So with your time, or those little things, those little add-ons, the little neighbors, just can you mean, hey, while you're here, do you mind? Right? How many people have experienced that? Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you guys. So next time you're at your doctor's office, if you were to say, hey, by the way, I know you're a doctor and you're not in your office, right? Or maybe you don't know a doctor's a neighbor. Do you mind coming over and giving me surgery? Just a real quick one. No? You wouldn't do that? Or asking your dentist to stay late? Can you come over, by the way, can you come over on Sunday night at 10 o'clock to come and just kind of look at this tooth real quick? Well, yeah, you laugh, right? Because why? These people are professionals, yes? Okay. Are you guys professionals too? Yes. You need to own that as well. So absolutely, So this is another place where this shows up. No, you know what? I'm glad to help you with your living room or whatever, but you know what? I'm really busy, so call and make an appointment, and when I have time, I'll come over. And by the way, my fee is also blah. Right? Well, because what happens if you don't use, okay, so we have how many, we've got almost 100 people here, okay? If everyone starts giving away their services, what does that do to everybody else's fees and everyone else's value? Drops it, right? Okay? That's not fair to your colleagues. It's not fair to your colleagues, it's not fair to you. You need to hold that space so that people start to feel and understand the value that you bring by your profession, by the work you put in, by the education you have, by your experience. Because you guys are really, really valuable. And they need to know it, and value deserves to be paid for. You deserve to get something back for your value. Yes? Thank you. What about asking for referrals? Right. Okay, because you're asking for what you want. This is where assertiveness comes in. This is where boundaries comes in. What about asking for add-ons? Hey, I noticed that, this color just doesn't, I don't pretend to be a designer, but I'm just going to make something up. So, the floor and the wall don't really match in your bathroom here. Have you ever thought of doing something different with that? By the way, if you're looking for that, I can help you. Okay? Would that add to your business, do you think? Adds to 3 people's business, okay. Would it add to your business if you're able to do that on a regular basis? Yeah, you'd be very busy, okay. What other places can you see this working? Second.
Just qualifying our clients.
Okay.
So asking the right questions and
Making sure they can pay you?
yeah, right, seeing what their boundaries are and whether that aligns with the kind of client that we want to have.
Has anyone ever had a problem with that, qualifying your clients, ever in your business life? Right. Okay. So that's another way to do it. And so, asking the right questions and feeling comfortable asking. Okay? So it really is about your emotional and sometimes even physical posture when you're asking questions and being assertive. Okay? So I'd like everybody to stand up for a second. Okay, so I want you to have the posture of somebody who's really, really kind of like scared and not sure of themselves and, you know, kind of like, oh, I don't know, can I please, sir, can I have some more soup? Right? So just kind of like, you know, just kind of feel it, okay? And just feel it in your body. Just feel what that feels like. I don't want anybody to start crying, though. Okay. Okay, good. Now, I'd like you to just stand with your feet just shoulder width apart. Put your shoulders back. Feel like there's something pulling the crown of your head to the ceiling, right? Just look up, chin up a little bit, okay? And just feel that. Do you feel the difference? She wants to go, ah! That's right. So it makes a difference. So listen, when you're making, like, okay, if you're calling a client, which would you rather feel? This way, the King Kong way, right? So when you're calling a client, stand up. Stand up, put your feet apart. Take up some space, okay? And then you ask for find out if the client has the money to pay you, right? And if they ask for a discount, say, well, no, but I can do 10 minutes work or whatever it is that the money won't last, right? So you own it. Okay, you can sit down now, thank you. So physically getting into your bodies and physically having the physical posture of strength helps you to have the strength to have the boundaries you need as well, okay? When you are talking to somebody face to face, the same deal. That's probably even more important. Because by the way, how much of conversation, how much information is relayed when you're talking? How much of that is in the words you use? Does anybody know? What percentage? 50, I heard. Okay, any other bids? Sorry? Yes, in the words you use. How much of my message is in the words? 40, 15, 20? Okay, so what the studies I've seen is 7%. 7%, okay? So really, 93% is the other stuff, okay? It's tone of voice, it's eye contact, it's body language, it's timing, okay? So by the way, this works with your significant other as well. So you can use all these tools for all areas of your life. So all of this is contained in, that's where the message is. It's in how you stand, how you look, the tone of voice you have. And it's that other little really kind of subtle thing about knowing you have the right to take up this space and ask the questions you're asking or say what you need to say, okay? So having that confidence to know that you are correct in what you're doing, okay? That comes across. I'll tell you a quick little story about the words and how words and verbs don't always match up with the message. So I had a client, and she said I could share this with you. So she asked me to send her an email. So I sent the email, it bounced back. So I resent it, and I sent her a text to let her know that I resent the email, okay? So I was in a hurry, I was in between clients, so I said, by the way, hey, by the way, I resent your email, R-E-S-E-N-T, the email, okay? And I sent it off to her. Can anyone see a problem with that? Right. She calls me back and she's crying. And she's like, oh, why? I don't even know what email you're talking about. What did I send you? Why do you resent me? It's like, because R-E-S-E-N-T, resent. I resent the email, and that's not what I meant. I meant I resent her the email, right? So it was a big confusion because that's where the words break down because she didn't have any tone of voice, she didn't have any eye contact, she didn't have any of the other stuff that lets her know what I was trying to say, right? So all that stuff is really, really important.